It looks like I just found a new horror remake to add to my newest, best horror remakes list. And, it's pretty fucking awesome, to be exact. Didn't think it would be, but it is. Night of the Living Dead. So, in this remake of course, of Night of the Living Dead, it's basically 90% the same movie that we got in the original '68 classic. Though 10% are some new improvements and a few touch-ups to certain scenes from the original movie. Okay? The plot is basically the same thing. Of course, you got Barbara and her brother going to visit their mom at the cemetery. They become attacked by a zombie, or zombies at this point. Barbara flees to this farmhouse, basically, and of course she meets Ben, played by, this time, Tony Todd, old Candyman himself. And I must say, Tony Todd was a great choice for Ben in the early 90s. Holy crap, was he awesome in this movie, okay? Another thing that is awesome is what they did with Barbara. Now, in the original movie, I always said I wish they would have gave her more to do, because in the original movie, she was like this catatonic-like state. But in this remake, of course, she's kind of in shock, but she does a little bit more. She almost loses her mind a little bit, in a good way, because she's kind of in the mood to kill shit. Something like that. Now, I won't go in too much into detail on certain other scenes, because yeah, they are similar to that of the original movie, but it is a little bit different. Especially the scene where a girl attacks her mom in the original. In this one, it's sort of the same, but they leave out one little detail, but they keep in another detail from the original movie. So I always thought that was a good thing. This is the best remake. You will hear the same thing again in the Dawn of the Dead remake. This is actually, because I reviewed Dawn of the Dead remake before I did this one, this is actually the second best remake to one of the Dead films. I didn't think it was gonna be possible. Okay, I did not think you could improve upon the '68 classic, but they do it. They do it to a T. And I really gotta thank Tom Savini, the director of this one, for knowing the source material, keeping it sort of similar, but not as a Psycho similar. You know how Psycho ended up. It was just the same fucking thing. At least here, even though some of it is similar, they changed a lot to make it stand out on its own. And that's what I really appreciate about this movie. Not to mention you have awesome acting, of course. Because, yeah, I know '68 you had acting, but it was hard to get a standout back in the '60s unless your name was Humphrey Bogart or John Wayne or something like that. You know what I mean? It was kind of hard for regular people to do it. In the '90s, it was kind of different. That the times had changed. Okay, you kind of had your Wesley Snipes getting started back at that point and stuff like that. So it was easier for mainly unknown actors and actresses to get a better lead on stuff. Especially Tony Todd. I think Tony Todd had movies back in the '80s, but not a lot. So I think this was his main standout, which probably got him the role of Candyman in the first place. Maybe. Because, yeah, that was cool. Overall, though, Night of the Living Dead is one of those movies I like to call a safe remake. It actually improves upon the original movie, so that's even fucking better, okay? You can be good, or just as good as the original, or you can be even better. This movie goes in the category of even better. Okay? Even though there is one dude in there where I fucking want to punch in the face so badly. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Oh, what a fucking pussy. And I kind of like the little switch up they did somewhere in the movie. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But it was kind of cool. So anyways, I'm gonna give Night of the Living Dead an A. Let me know what you guys think about this remake of Night of the Living Dead down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And since you already shot the remake of Dawn of the Dead, you already know that's gonna come up. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my review of Day of the Dead remake. Didn't know they had one, but yep.